Welcome back. We are still getting the values of these logarithms the way they are. Number 3, we have already solved number 1 and 2 in the last video, so go and check out those ones. So let's continue. Number 3, let this be equals to, okay, let's try another alphabet. Let this be equals to y. Now that will now be 2, remember, 2 raised to power y. The base raised to this as the power, so equals to 1 over 2, this 1 over 2. Now you agree with me that from your previous knowledge in indices, 1 over 2 is the same thing as 2 raised to negative 1. 2 raised to negative 1, because anytime you have a setup like this, is raised to negative 1. So if you have 1 over 3 is 3 raised to negative 1, 1 over 4 is 4 raised to negative 1. So we have this, or minus 1. Now these two are the same, so they can cancel each other. Our y is equals to minus 1. We can say that therefore our log half to base 2 is equals to minus 1. Minus 1. We can actually apply the laws of logarithm we have actually solved and solve this question, but let's just use this route for now. We apply that in the next videos, subsequent videos. So let's look at the next question, question 4 rather. We have this. So let's say this should be equals to y, since we are using y. Now we use this 2 raised to power y, that is 2 is raising to power y, equals to 4 root 2. This 4 root 2. So we have that 4 root 2. Now what do we do? Now this is still 2 raised to power y we have there, equals to. Now from the laws of sort, if we are to push this 4, we have to take this 4 to inside the square root, we have to square this 4. So 4 square is 16, so we'll put it there. That will be root 2 times 16, which is 4 square. 4 square. So that will now be 2 raised to power y equals to root 32. Root 32. Now let me take it to this side, 32. Now we will still have our 2 raised to power y to be equals to, now root 32 is the same thing as having 32 raised to power 1 over 2, that is half, because half is square root. Now we move on. 2 raised to power y is equals to, 32 is the same thing as 2 raised to power 5, raised to power 5, that is 32. Then multiply by 1 over 2, that is out there. Now this will now be 2 raised to power y equals to, multiply this by this, 5 times 1 over 2 will give us 2 raised to power 5 over 2. So we have that. Now this and this are common, so we can strike that out. Our y is equals to 5 over 2. Therefore our log 4 root 2 to base 2 is equals to 5 over 2. So that is the answer to that question. It's as simple as that. Okay. Okay, number 5. Let 1 over 3 to base 9 be equals to x. Let that be equals to x. It's as simple as that. Now we already said this should be equals to x, so we can solve that right away. Now this will now be 9 raised to power x is equals to 1 over 3. 1 over 3. Now this 9 raised to power x, let's write this 9 in multiples of 3. So that will be 3 raised to power 2, which is 9, multiplied by the x we have there, which should now be equals to. Now 1 over 3 is the same as 3 raised to negative 1. Negative 1. So these base are common, so we can strike this, We now have our 2x to be equals to minus 1. Minus 1. Make x the subject formula we can now have that x will be equals to minus 1 divided by 2. That is dividing both sides by the coefficient of x. We can now say that therefore log 1 over 3, that is 1 over 3 to base 9, is equals to minus 1 over 2. That is the answer to that question. Thank you for watching. Please follow this page, share, like this video. God bless you.